Yep, you can skip the Galaxy S26 this year, and I'm pretty confident you can even look past the Ultra when this thing exists. Not only is this better in its key selling points, but I actually reckon it's a better balanced phone as well. Fantastic display, insane battery life and charging, super speed, some pretty decent cameras, and good software to go with. So let me talk you through my flagship pick for 2026 in North America. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Thomas, and this is the OnePlus 15. A phone has honestly divided opinion on its release due to some software inconsistencies. It's now been available for a quarter, and in that time it has received a handful of updates that have elevated its level in my opinion. Prices haven't really changed, but I think the overall context has given the OnePlus 15 more of an X factor. Like take the battery life for example. We all knew the OnePlus was going to cook with this because the last few devices have been absolutely fantastic, quite comfortably beating the competition in longevity and charging times. Like whatever Samsung, Apple or Google do to their flagship models, the equivalent OnePlus just tends to absolutely smoke them, and this 7300 mAh battery just demolishes all of them. But with the added info of the Galaxy S26 and 26 Ultra leaks showing no major jump in battery capacity, it's pretty safe to say that this is going to remain the high-end Android battery champ in North America for a while yet. It is comfortably a 2-day phone for me before we even get to any sort of battery saving techniques, reduced screen time or entering a battery saving mode. If you're in Europe, there are models from competitors, even Oppo, that run the 15 close, but this is for me the overall champ. And even though I've been using the 100-watt charger from my OnePlus 12 on this thing because I don't have the 120-watt setup that you could buy online for it, these super fast top-ups still never get old. Just like that speed, man, this thing is exceptional. Like, I know we've all sort of become used to Android phones being really fast these days, but this is just another level. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and 16 gigs of fast RAM is absolutely rapid. It seems to be just as comfortable doom scrolling as it is capturing loads of photos and videos as it is playing high-end 3D games. To a degree, most high-end Android phones will compete with this pretty easily because, well, they tend to run the same chip as this. I'm no doubt that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will run this thing close, maybe even surpass it in a couple of different benchmark tests. But it kind of comes with the territory, using the same chip, usually very similar RAM and storage components at the same time. But the beauty of buying something running bleeding edge internal performance components now is that it should stay very usable for 5 or 6 years down the line, potentially even further than that. OnePlus has promised 4 years of major platform upgrades with a further 2 years of security patches. So the 15 shouldn't only stay quick, but very usable and compatible in 2031, the next decade. That's something that we're seeing slowly improve from OnePlus, where it's impacting and boosting the long-term viability of its smartphones. OxygenOS 16 based on Android 16 is certainly taking some visual inspiration from iOS 26's visual design, much like what we've seen with previous versions of OxygenOS, but the design has grown on me. In terms of day-to-day usability, it is actually quite good, though it certainly feels kind of like Oppo or ColorOS derivative, as opposed to its own standout operating system. That though I don't see changing anytime soon, if I'm honest. What I feel has changed is the camera quality here. Now, traditionally, OnePlus launches phones that can't quite keep up with their cameras compared to the likes of the Pixels of that generation, but then an update will come out post-launch and it feels like that's exactly what's happened here. It has given it a lot more consistency. Despite downgrading the main and telephoto sensors on the OnePlus 15 versus the 13 and the 12, the company's new image processing pipeline, Detail Max engine, does seem to be bridging that gap pretty well in software, as long as the lighting isn't too extreme. I would expect the Galaxy S26 Ultra to get close to this, maybe again even surpass it in some particular areas, but I think day to day it will be a real toss-up between these two. There are certainly moments where you zoom in past sort of 15-20 times and things get very artificial looking. It is not a good look. I don't love that. But in your base focal lengths, even the hidden ones which you can toggle at the bottom of the camera app, the 15 does a great job of capturing the world around you. It isn't at the level of the OnePlus 12 when that thing was current in my opinion, but the 15 does feel more consistent now than it did when it first came out. In fact, I've been playing and tinkering around with the OnePlus 15's camera app recently, and I really like some of the options here. You can add what looks like almost a lens filter to the front with like a softer light look, which can look really nice. The slow motion has been fun to play around with as well, and the color modes that add a little bit more character to your images are available here too, all in the first party camera app, no downloads needed. The two main areas that I think could probably still do with quite a bit of work are low light, with the smaller sensors of course, and video, which I found sometimes could return really good looking footage and other times was just kinda meh, even in the same day, in the same environment. That improved consistency in stills does need to make its way over to the video side as well, and again the low light stuff, I'm sure OnePlus has sort of done this to itself by stuffing tinier sensors into the cameras, but I feel like it's probably got it in it to put better processing in particularly dark environments, just to really help match the likes of the Pixel and the Galaxies of the world. For me, the downgrading of the hardware and pulling back with the OnePlus 15's camera compared to its predecessors can really be attributed to Oppo trying to push its Find X9 Pro in Europe, which has seen notable hardware upgrades including a gorgeous telephoto sensor. That would be the phone that I would buy out of this and that, but I can buy one because I live in the UK. The Find X9 Pro isn't sold in North America, which leaves you with this. But let's be honest, it's not a bad option, is it? I mean, I don't know about you, but this looks and feels way closer to a proper iPhone competitor than any of the previous iterations of OnePlus device in my opinion. I've really enjoyed the grippy textured back. It just makes the phone way easier to hold, even though it's a big chunk of a thing. And the display, whilst a downgrade in resolution compared to last year's model, is still very capable. It gets crazy bright. I don't hate the 165Hz mode, which is limited to particular applications, but at the same time, it kind of makes it a redundant feature in my opinion. The thin bezels, the crisp haptics, the clicky buttons, the ultra-fast fingerprint scanner, the decent speakers even. It feels like OnePlus has seen what Samsung has been doing, or maybe not doing even, in the last few years and has capitalized on it, finding an opportune moment to really level up the hardware. For those of you wondering, I am still not a fan of the customizable button on the back here. Bring back that damn alert slider. Yes, the OnePlus 15 is one of the very best phones you can buy right now. It doesn't get everything perfect, but let's be honest, no phone does in the big 26. It is fast, it feels great in the hand, it takes good photos, has a superb screen, and that should keep you going for 2 to 3 days on a charge. It's currently the phone to beat, particularly in North America this year, and I feel pretty confident in saying that you can skip the Galaxy S26 series this year. This is better. Guys, let me know if you went out and bought the OnePlus 15. Did you pre-order it? Are you planning on getting one? Maybe when it comes down in price a little bit. There aren't any amazing deals that I found online so far, so maybe give it another couple of months and we'll find some. Actually, as for our European and Eastern viewers, I'd be really interested in seeing which one of you, or many of you, picked up the Oppo Find X9 Pro instead of the OnePlus 15. Is it going to be no one? Is it going to be some of you? I would love to hear it. So let me know in the comments section, and whilst you're down there, be sure to hit like if you enjoyed today's content and subscribe to never miss another upload on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I will catch you later. Cheers.